Hey guys. Hey Iconic.
Hey, hey.
Hey Pamela, Kaz, baby, PB and J. Hey Julianne, Pamela. I want a peanut butter and jelly sandwich now.
Mm,
Shredder. Hey girl, Jessica. Elisa, Casada, Kara. The lovely people. All right, so we'll just give it a minute before we get into this horrible story. Yes, I am going to check Twitter, PB and J. Yeah, I don't know too much about it either, but I'm learning and I do know I'm not putting it on my phone. So, how was your day today? How are you feeling after everything you went through with your neighbor?
well, we found out it was cancer, and he was a Vietnam vet, so that explains the flag. But it has been a crazy week, I'll tell you that.
It has been a crazy week. And how in the world did we miss this story that we're going to talk about tonight?
I don't know how no one's talking about this.
Have you guys heard of the story that we're going to speak of tonight? Hey, GB. I mean, I know a lot of people were talking about the tattoo and Brian Laundrie. Yeah, crazy. I know that I remember hearing about the leg, and I can't even believe I'm saying this. Gather yourself, Kaz. I need some feng shui. Woosa. I remember hearing about the leg being found in that area with the tattoo on it. That's the only thing, and it just kind of blew by because there was so much going on at the time.
Yeah, I don't think I even heard about the leg.
Hi, just me. All right, Kara. I'm surprised you missed it, but I did hear something about the leg and the tattoo being on the leg. We'll get into it in a minute. Gonna address something in a second, though, first. So, everyone had a good Thanksgiving? Hello, family. You live in Florida, Kara? I grew up in Florida, Broward County. Broward County. I'm
So
not
much
gonna sing,
crazy
don't worry,
happens in
guys.
Florida.
Huh?
So much crazy happens in Florida.
It does. Yes, it does. So, can you hear? Say something.
I can hear you.
Okay. Jessica. Jessica is gonna get us in trouble. Be good. Don't get me laughing. This is a serious situation. That's like my favorite saying out of that movie, Joyride. Have you ever seen Joyride?
Oh my God, I love Joyride.
I love that movie. You seen Joyride, guys, in the chat? When the cop shows up at the hotel, we have ourselves a situation.
Candy cane.
Candy cane. Anybody out there know Candy cane? Hey,
Oh my
Kenny.
gosh.
We've got an interesting story that's still kind of unfolding that I seem to be kind of oblivious to.
Yeah, we're all learning this one together. Well, maybe not Kara. She might be a little ahead of us.
All right, so first, before we get into it, I'm going to address, I'm not even going to read the comments or even go back and find them and what they said because honestly, I don't care enough to. I know that sounds horrible, huh? But there was a couple comments left on last night's video that some people wasted like 30 minutes of their life, and it was because I had to actually change from where I was sitting to where I was going. Guys, I'm sorry if you feel you wasted 30 minutes of your life and then you wasted probably 5 minutes more of your life writing those comments, but shit happens. And if you feel that way, then why do people even leave a comment like that? Like, it's like a 30-minute you wasted your life. Well, my gosh. Yes, PB&J, we've got snow. I posted it in Discord. So, I'm sorry you guys feel like you've wasted 30 minutes of your life. If I could give it back to you, I would. But those comments, guys, is not gonna I don't know what you're gonna expect to get out of me because I'm not gonna go back and forth and even play that game. So on that note, let's get into what's going on with Stephanie Crones, April Ann Thompson, the little girl, which I think we should probably leave her name out of it tonight.
I agree.
Okay. Even though we ended up tracking down everyone. And we'll get into the story of what's going on in Florida. Now, which one do you think we should start at?
Let's start with the first and work our way to the most recent. Yeah.
That man's a creeper, Robert Kessler. I have how the detectives tracked him down. Let's start with that one. Yeah, and I'm not trying to come off rude, guys, when I say that about the comments, but you know, I mean, I can't relate to somebody who's going to be that upset over 30 minutes over me changing rooms. And you know, if somebody was having audio issues, it's simple. Just say, "Hey, girls, you know, you guys sound like shit. You
Yes,
guys maybe fix
constructive
the audio."
criticism.
Simple.
Help
We're
us work on it.
Hey, Boots. Yeah, we're cool chicks. We're not going to get mad. I mean, just say, "Hey, we know MonkieMar's not there, but your audio sounds like shit." Hey, Boots. Okay, this story. Mm. Let's just go ahead and let these people tell us the story real quick, and then we'll get into all the other little details. Let me just make sure that I clicked audio. Okay. How the detectives tracked down man suspected of killing and dismembering Pennsylvania woman Stephanie. I mean, it takes a very special kind of sick.
Your home could be famous. We need old roofs to replace and feature in our next TV commercial. Click below to submit your home for qualification right now. If your roof meets our marketing needs, we'll make it worth your while in a big way.
Same story. Yep, she left. I never saw her again, just like Mr. Phelps and Norton. Oh, this is a terrible story, Shredder. And there's more because they found there's a child involved, and there's some confusion on the child.
How
As
so?
who the child belongs to. April. So there's another woman. Do we have something on April, or are we just going to tell them what we know about April? Go ahead and tell them what we know about April, because you know a lot
Okay.
about April.
So April was the little girl's mother, and she died of an overdose, apparently. I feel like we might dive back into that.
But at the house where Robert Kessler was, the monster that dismembered Stephanie. Because they're now saying that he is the biological father, but that's a little bit, we don't know if those are the complete facts yet, but they're claiming he is, and his mother, April. Okay, so you got to let them know that we're at the same location.
Yeah, so
Hey, Sherry, baby. Hey, Kenny.
I don't know much more than you. I just know that apparently he was with the mother. I'm almost positive that it is.
I'm only kidding. Okay.
Okay, so they had this child together. I'm almost 99.99999% sure. I've tracked the thing, so I'm trying to put that final piece together just to say I'm 100% sure. Then you have the next woman.
I can't breathe. I can't believe. I'm done. I can't believe you said that. Hey, Mo. I can't. Oh my gosh, girl. 99.999. Do you have cheese puffs?
I wish. Do you have box wine?
You did not eat all those cheese balls, did you?
Oh, I did though.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
So then you have Stephanie come in. I'm not sure when April died.
April
then-
passed away in September of 2012 from a supposed drug overdose, accidental drug overdose.
How many years ago is that? Let's put that
I
piece
mean,
together.
I'm sorry, September 2021. Don't yell at me, Kaz. I know Kaz is banging those keys over there.
Okay,
September
because you just made me
2021,
unsure of a
April
daughter.
passed away. Yes.
All right, so that's the mother. I'm, like I said, pretty almost 100% sure. Then you have Stephanie come in and they meet. She comes in and starts staying with them. Something happens. She's killed and found. And when they came to look for evidence, they found DNA from a whole other woman. So not April, not Stephanie. There's another woman in here in this home where they found some sort of DNA evidence, and we're not sure that that person's dead or alive, but everybody's kind of wondering, where's this woman?
We believe this is April.
Yes.
I've blocked out the child's face. 2020. I know Kaz is over there going, damn it, Mar, 2021. I remembered Kaz. It came out. I found it back there. So there's DNA on a third woman. Which article do you want me to pull up? Yeah. Can you imagine, Elisa, this poor little girl? So mom passes away but then we're trying to still figure out April was actually married. Kaz found out in August of 2021. So we're trying to figure out who she was actually married to because she has a marriage certificate with numbers out there. So I'm going to have to hop on Ancestry after because we found that out like just before we hit the live button. So let's go into the second DNA found on the scene. But we're not yet. That's too long of a video. And plus, JB got a lot wrong today. Sorry, JB.
Yes, he did. Even things they tried to correct, they ended up still kind of messing up on. We'll try to some of those.
I forgot the trigger warning. This part right here you can't make up, and I don't probably think I'm going to be able to read this because, you know, my mechanism's going to get me.
I've got you.
She can read the articles and not look at a man passing away, leaving the scene of the crime, and I can't read an article. I might laugh at something and get completely ridiculed. Okay, let's just don't even read the title. Let me make the font bigger for you. Just look at what this says. The title says it all. This child is going, if this is the truth.
Tampa Girl 8 is witness in father's dismemberment murder case. Family wants her home. Robert Kessler, 69.
An 8-year-old child.
Like, not only.
Should we see what this says real quick?
Absolutely.
Okay. I don't know where it's going to come from.
At Ocean
Can
State
you hear
Job
that?
Lot, food insecurity is a cause we care deeply about. With food prices increasing and many senior citizens on a fixed budget, buying food can become challenging. Ocean
Tampa Girl, 8, is witness in father's dismemberment murder case. Family wants her home, by Michaela Mulligan, December 1st.
Nah, we like your voice better. I know for a fact that if we had to put a vote in there, I know Kenny wants to hear you read this article. I would bet my house and my land on it. Kenny, should we have the robot read it, or do you want Iconic to read it? Hey, Alma. I love Shredder too.
We have a really good.
He left the building. I'm gonna mic down.
Okay. Robert Kessler, 69, was arrested in connection with the murder of a woman found in McKay Bay. His daughter, 8, has been with the Department of Children and Families since. Her family wants her to come home. And there he is. He looks horrifying.
I mean, see, like if I was to see his picture like missing on a silver alert, and I'm not trying to be mean when I say this, his eyes are a little spooky, but he doesn't look like the type of man that is going to do what he did. I see kind of like close to being a grandpa, and I'm old, and I think that he's close to being a grandpa.
Alma, you weren't timed out on purpose. You don't have to be quiet.
Oh, Alma. Where are you going? She's leaving us. Who timed her out?
I think Cherry's made a joke.
Oh. All right, Alma, say something. Yeah, this is heartbreaking, Don. Sherry's been timing out a lot of people. It's like a boob timeout or something that she's been doing. Alma, don't go anywhere, girl.
If she runs away, I'll just text her.
Nobody puts Alma in the corner, right? Well, Sherry's not a heavy-handed mod. She's a good girl. She just puts like the phone down her shirt or in her back pocket and times people out on accident. There's Alma. I was already going to do that. I was talking to the girls today about that. Okay, let's get back into this horrific. Ugh. Let me tell you what. Who in the world does something like this? Like, we need to talk to a psychiatrist or somebody like an FBI profile that could explain what kind of person does what this person did.
An 8-year-old girl is a witness in a gruesome death of a woman whose dismembered body was found in Tampa's McKay Bay. Her father, Robert Kessler, is charged in the homicide. The girl's family has not seen her since. The child whom the Tampa Bay Times is not named.
Sorry, girl. Thank you, Brian.
So sweet. The child whom the Tampa Bay Times is not naming because of her age has been in the custody of the Department of Children and Families since her father's arrest on November 24th, according to her maternal grandparents, Michael and Beth Gray. The girl's mother, April Thompson, 34, died in September of an accidental drug overdose, they say. Sarah Gray, Thompson's sister, the 8-year-old's aunt, said that they didn't get a clear answer on where her niece was until Monday. They had been searching for answers since Kessler's arrest. Oh my God. The Gray family is hoping to gain custody of the girl.
So that explains the Gray connection.
They didn't know if she was okay.
So JB said that this little girl was April's child, and they were just staying with him. But this one 6 hours ago is claiming now he is a biological father, and he supposedly did this in front of this little child. Like, this guy is a monster. And you guys pick on my doll collector. I mean, look at this guy.
I mean, you make a good point there.
And that article with the graphic splash, like, why did they have to put that in there? I mean, I'm just saying it was okay written, but when I heard, like, I could honestly hear like a clunk, plunk. Like, why did they have to put the heavy splash in there? Ugh, this guy is just... I really pray to God he did not do that in front of an 8-year-old child.
I can't either, because after digging into her, her little...
Yeah, you can talk about that. Just don't mention like anything personal about her.
I found...
So we can talk about that after
Facebook.
After this article. Girl.
Definitely.
Okay.
I'm sad for her now. Oh my gosh.
I'm sad for her too.
Robert Kessler previously had full custody of the girl, and Thompson had visitation rights. It's very upsetting that we had to wait so long to get an answer after, having to run around the town and constantly make phone calls just to know she was safe, Sarah Gray said. The Department of Children and Families acknowledged a request from Tampa Bay's Times asking for further information of the girl's placement, but has not commented further. The girl's family said they are unaware of any legal proceedings surrounding the girl.
Absolutely sick. And I wonder I wonder what conclusion is making them come to that she is actually the biological father. Okay, here you go, girl. This is the part that is just good luck.
Tampa's police interviewed the girl on November 15th. She told the police Stephanie Crone-Overholts, the woman whose dismembered body was found in McKay Bay, had stayed with her and her father for about a week. Crone-Overholts stayed in the girl's bedroom, according to an arrest report. The girl told police that Crone-Overholts called her father multiple times on November 5th during her gymnastics practice. She later heard the two arguing at their house, and Kessler told the girl to go to sleep. The next day, the 8-year-old said her father told her that Crone-Overholts was picked up by a boyfriend whom she had never seen. This contradicted Kessler's previous statements that the police, he hadn't, and then there's something in the way, I can't see. It contradicted his previous statements to the police that he hadn't seen Crone-Overholts on the night of the 5th, the report said. The girl told the police that Crone-Overholts car was still at the house and that her father took the vehicle to Crone-Overholts on November 7th. She said that she saw her father put some of the woman's belongings in the car and more of her things in the trash. The room where Crone-Overholts was staying also smelled bad, the girl told police. She said her father planned to redecorate. Detectives later found evidence of blood and DNA matching Crone-Overholts in that room and throughout the house. The ordeal came in just 2 months after Thompson, the girl's mother, died. She needs family support and just all the love she can get, Sarah Gray said. That's why we feel like we're missing out even more. Michael Gray said Thompson was doing better in the months before her death. In previous years, Thompson had been arrested a number of times for drug possession. He said she was on a mission to be reunited with her daughter, and Thompson had goals, he said. She was looking into taking college classes, and she had gotten her driver's license back.
Hang on, your mic just went out.
Can you hear me?
Not really. Oh, she ran away. This man, this is absolutely horrible. And then to think that there's a third person's DNA found that they're not even sure who this third person is. That's scary. Let's hear you.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Perfect.
Good.
And to think that this guy is actually, this is the last part of it, and to think that this guy is actually, he went to court today. Let me check in on that. And he was going to get bond. Oh, okay.
He didn't appear.
I think that was Monday he didn't appear. Hang on 1 second. This is the last part of this.
Hillsborough County court records detail a tumultuous relationship between Kessler and Thompson, along with her family. Thompson's family previously filed stalking injunctions against Kessler, and Kessler has done the same against Thompson. When the girl was younger, she was placed with her grandparents after Thompson and Kessler had a domestic dispute. In the most amount of the time the family has spent with the girl, or it's the most amount of time the family spent with the girl, it was when they had learned that her favorite shows were Peppa Pig and Paw Patrol. Sarah Gray, whom the girl calls TT, would take her to the park and the girl's favorite place, she said. Or that was her favorite place.
TT is actually like an aunt. That's what Spanish people will say, hey, I'm taking you to your TT's, and that's like your aunt's house. And Paw Patrol reminds me of summer.
I know.
Hey, Brian, thank you very much. So what is Brian? Wait, what? So he was sleeping in an 8-year-old's bedroom and then he was seen loading someone else's clothes in the car? No. I think Stephanie was staying in the 8-year-old's bedroom, correct?
Yes.
And the daughter, the 8-year-old saw her father, Robert Kessler, bringing things and putting them into his car. that I think belonged to Stephanie, right?
Correct.
I got it right. Atia, okay. I know some of my family's members, like my sisters, married into family and they call their aunts TTs. They're Dominican. That might be, I don't know. TT. Yeah, my nephews call their aunt on their father's side TT.
That's cute.
Yeah, their father's Dominican, so I don't know. Okay, so we've got poor Stephanie, and they found. Go ahead and talk about what you found out on the little girl, and I'm gonna go ahead and see what I can find out about that.
Well,
Stephanie was found in.
I'm still deep diving into her. Mar threw a name out. She wasn't sure who it was, so I jumped onto Facebook and just did a little searching, and I found a profile, and I thought it was an adult, but it is the little girl. She is very, very close to this man. I mean, he is homeschooling her. He's taking her, like the article said, to gymnastics, to Disney World, all over the place. This is pretty much the center of her world right now.
Creeper.
That's why I'm kind of shaken, because just hearing her story.
Girl, you know what? You know what I'm buying you for Christmas? I'm getting you a thunder jacket.
A thunder jacket.
Yes. You know, like when the dogs are afraid of the thunder and you wrap them up in the thunder jacket? I'm getting you a thunder jacket for when you shake.
I do need one of those. I do shake.
So go ahead. We're listening.
So I found a picture of her with her mother. Still just trying to trace it all back. Her grandmother did post under one of her posts. You can tell there is no contact. It's almost like she's isolated just to him. I want to show y'all some of these pictures. I sent a few to Mar, but if we find more stuff out, there's some very disturbing images actually on this profile.
Yeah, there's definitely some crazy stuff. And it's amazing how much, let's show a picture of Stephanie. It's amazing how much they look alike.
I thought they were the same person when I first saw the two pictures. I was waiting for him to show the next person.
Yeah, April and Steph, that's what I kept saying to you guys. Like, I can't even tell. Is this the same person? Because they definitely have it the same look. It's just so bizarre. Like, to even think that he would do that in front of that child, and he homeschools, the gymnastics, like, insanity. That's Stephanie. Yes, PB&J. Yeah, we got snow. We got snow early this morning. So that's Stephanie. And you know, did we ever figure out what brought April to Kessler? And we still have to figure out. We'll know next time who she married. But I mean, she got married and she was like gone a few months later.
Kaz may remember, and you might. Which one was it that he met at the McDonald's? Was that?
Oh, he met Stephanie at the McDonald's. He met Stephanie at the McDonald's. And we have that actually. 1 second. Let me find it. Oh.
Like they're meeting and then her coming to stay with him just sounds so much like our Lebanon guys. It's blowing me away.
It was, oh yeah, I never saw her again. But then there's video of the man moving the car. I mean, you would honestly think that nowadays people would realize if you're going to commit a crime, leave your phone at home and don't go near a surveillance video. Not that I'm telling anyone to commit a crime, but you know.
Common sense.
Okay, so here's the article that explains. I'm just going to read the part where they talk about finding her. So we know that Robert Kessler, 69, arrested this week on drug charges. That I did not know. So he's What? Wait a second. Am I talking? Is this guy really just being held on drug charges? Okay. Tampa police arrest Robert Kessler earlier this week on drug charges while investigating the death of Stephanie Crone-Overholts. Kessler is facing charges of second-degree murder and abusing a corpse. A fisherman spotted body parts belonging to the 47-year-old woman from Erie, Pennsylvania earlier this month. Additional body parts, including Wusa, a leg with a tattoo, were later discovered in McKay Bay. Police said a press conference. Police released photos of her tattoo. We're going to go find that in a second. 3 hearts, including the name of her son. The photos went viral online and made their way back to her family in PA, where she had been reported missing. The relationship between Kessler and Crone-Overholts was unclear. Interim Chief Ruben Delgado said the two had been living together after meeting at a fast food restaurant, aka McDonald's. So here's the press conference. It's unclear if Kessler has an attorney. We'll go ahead and check out his court. You can see him going to court. So the newspaper said Kessler denied any involvement in her death, telling the local TV station, "Oh wait, that's the video that Kaz sent. I got to re-find it of him sitting in the car. Remember, but they wouldn't show his face."
Yeah, that gave me Letitia Stout vibes because she's the only other person I've ever seen. I'll face away from the camera to give my interview.
Yeah, we're going to have to show that video after this interim chief Ruben Delgado speaks. But yeah, he sits in the car. So the newspaper said Kessler denied any involvement. They met at a restaurant. He offered her a place to stay, but later asked her to leave. Her son, Sean Overholts, released a statement earlier this month saying the family was devastated. "This has been a living nightmare. It's unimaginable what she went through. My mother will deeply be missed." Now that explains to Sean, who I asked was about. All right, so let's see what this is about. Hang on one second. All right.
An arrest for her murder. Ruben, yeah.
We don't have time to
Good
wait,
evening.
Ruben. There we go.
Ruben Delgado, the interim chief with Tampa Police. Just wanted to brief everybody this evening on the Stephanie Crone-Overholts case. As you all know, our detectives have been working nonstop for almost 2 weeks now on the investigation to her death. We're relieved tonight to announce that we've made an arrest for her murder. Lutz resident Robert Kessler, who's already in custody on an unrelated drug charge, is being charged with second-degree murder and the abuse of a dead body charge. Stephanie, who's originally from Pennsylvania, was staying with Kessler and Lutz when her family reported her missing. After seeing our pleas on the news and with the help of each and every one of y'all here tonight, our plea to help identify that tattoo, we were contacted by her family. Through some of our investigations, we were able to identify an address that was associated with Stephanie that belonged to Mr. Kessler. When we went out to speak to Mr. Kessler about the missing person report that Stephanie was filed upon in Pennsylvania, he told us that Stephanie was staying there for a while, but however had left a few weeks prior. However, through our investigations and some of the evidence that we were able to recover, it was quickly determined that what he was telling us was not factual. So with the help of, well, as you know, on the 14th is when we went and spoke with Mr. Kessler. On the 16th is when we located Stephanie's car with the help of the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office. And then through our investigative means, through some search warrants that we did, we were able to locate enough evidence. In fact, we located some of Stephanie's blood in her car. We did a search warrant on Mr. Kessler's house where we found more blood and a pair of shoes. FDLE and the medical examiner's office worked with us very closely, and we were able to determine that the blood in all of those cases belonged to Stephanie. So that's when we ruled this a murder. So today he's charged with second-degree murder and abuse of a dead body. This is still ongoing. We wanted to get this information out as quickly as possible. I probably won't be able to answer all of the questions that you all have tonight, but I just want to stress that we believe it's extremely important that we let the Tampa community know that the person responsible for this heinous crime is off the streets tonight. There's still a lot of work to do with the detectives. We're working very closely with several agencies. I want to thank a few just from what we did from starting on the 11th when we were in McKay Bay searching for Stephanie's body. So FDLE was a big part of this investigation, still is. The Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office, Pasco County Sheriff's Office came down to help. Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission was also a big help with us, as well as the U.S. Coast Guard. And then again, the media and the public for getting our information out as quickly as possible and helping us identify Stephanie and helping us get to the bottom of this case. So I'll take any questions that you all have now. I may or may not be able to answer all of them, but I'll answer what I can.
What was the relationship between Kessler and Stephanie?
So according to Kessler, it was he met her somewhere at a fast food restaurant, and she had said she was living out of her car at the time, so he invited her to live with him. I'm sorry? Yeah, we're still working with the ME's office. The full report's not complete to the ME's office. We're able to say it is a homicide, but the actual death we're not going to release at this time. So. I'm sorry? Exact day, it's hard to say. We know we have some activity on the 5th and 6th by the water that we're still trying to piece together.
There was a witness that was there that said he saw somebody on the dredge throwing stuff into the water.
Right.
Is that?
It's part of our investigation. That's part of piecing together that timeline. Can't say with 100% certainty, but that is part of the case. Yes.
Can you explain to us what's next in the investigation and if you still have something to do for help and some other information?
Yeah. So the detectives still have a lot of work to do. On the latent investigative side, we're always looking for more information. If somebody, now that this comes out, if they saw something or they saw them together, any information like that would be extremely helpful to the case. But we've met with the state attorney's office, we met with Florida Department of Law Enforcement and the medical examiner's office, and we're confident in that we have the right guy off the street.
Can you explain to us that he was already arrested and under charges? Can you explain to us about his criminal history?
Yeah, so he has a history. He's been in prison several times. And a lot of it is for drug activity. He is currently in jail now or in custody now for a drug charge.
Has he picked up on that in anticipation of his murder charges coming afterwards? Was this something where you guys?
It came out of our investigation. I wouldn't say it's anticipation of it, but it was something that we investigated and were able to put charges on him for.
Have you found all of her body parts?
We're still working through all that. I don't want to release all that information yet because some of that is still pending, but I think we released a couple pieces that we've told you all about.
Oh my gosh.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you. Based on the investigation, based on the search warrants that we conducted, there's several other investigative things that we did. So anytime you desecrate a human body or you do something to the human body, that's the charge that we did. Yes, sir. Good. All right. Thank you.
My gosh.
So I thought there for a second and I saw Kenny say something about blood on a bench and some shoes. I might have not heard something. Was something said about blood?
It was blood in his car
Okay.
that they talked about. There was the tattoo that was sent out to when her family said that was Stephanie's tattoo.
One of the comments said, I think it was PB, said this has them questioning they need to get new tattoos and that this woman could have been a Jane Doe for years. I was thinking the same thing earlier. If that tattoo hadn't been there, would they have ever known? And it makes me feel like I need to get covered.
Mm. Well, I mean, but then he said too they didn't even say that they found all of her body parts. I'm looking for the interview that I watched earlier with him sitting in the car. I don't know why I can't find it.
Let me see if it's in my Discord.
One sec, guys. Remember, this is low budget. This might be it, actually. Wait, let's see what this is. I don't think this is the one, but this is him being held without bond. So this article, oh, look in private chat real quick. This article is basically was ruled a homicide. It's basically what we all already know. At McKay Beach in the area of the 22nd Causeway Bridge. So first it was a bone the fisherman found was from a human. So it started off with a bone, released the body part, which had a tattoo of 3 hearts, which is the picture we just saw. The next day, additional body parts were found by witnesses in the same area. And at this time, no arrests or potential suspects have been identified. So that was a while ago. But wow. I'm not trying to, like, how do you say something that, hey, Lanky, how do you say something that you don't want to, like, say to sound gruesome, but I wonder if they found her head.
I mean, if they identified her through a tattoo, I'd have to imagine that if they had the head, they'd have dental records.
But that's why I'm saying, that's what makes me wonder if they didn't find her head.
I would imagine no.
Oh, gosh. Ugh. People are evil in this world. Kazlev, I can't find that video of him sitting in his car, but let's watch the court. Because there's no way they're letting this guy out on bond.
The man accused of killing a mother from Pennsylvania before dumping her body parts in McKay Bay will sit in jail until his trial. Justin Checker sat through today's pretrial detention hearing for Robert Kessler today. And Justin's joining us live, as you can see, outside the Hillsborough County Courthouse. So Justin Kessler missed his second hearing this week.
That's right, Keith. Robert Kessler was not in the courtroom as the judge agreed with the state that for the safety of this community, she could not impose any conditions for his pretrial release. Now, today we also learned something new we did not expect to hear from the prosecutor. A judge has ruled that Robert Kessler will be held behind bars without bond while he awaits trial for second-degree murder.
Yeah, he looks horrible
and the abuse
there.
of Stephanie Crone-Overholts' body.
In this instance, the total depravity that is evidenced in this crime leads me to believe that there is a complete disregard for the safety of our community.
During the hearing, the prosecutor called on one witness, a Tampa police homicide detective assigned to the case after the discovery of the victim's remains in McKay Bay.
Has the head been recovered in this case? Ms. Overholts' head? No, sir.
Detective Matthew Kirkpatrick testified there were
OMG, how weird was that? Because I didn't watch this video. I guess we just got our question answered. Hello, Leisha. So her head has not been located.
Kenny said they found the torso and it had been stabbed, and I feel like I remember hearing that earlier when we were
Well, we
listening.
did hear that there was a lot of stab wounds, and they said stab wounds in her neck.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Mm. So, you know what? I don't even want to know. Okay. This is like, I wonder if they're like distant cousins.
There were no calls or text messages from Overholts' cell phone after 9:32 p.m. on November 5th.
Last incoming call that evening was from Robert Kessler.
Court documents say witnesses saw a man matching Kessler's description dump plastic bins and bags from the 22nd Street Bridge into the bay.
Miss Overholts was apparently stabbed to death, that she at some point resisted and defended herself during that attack. Her body was dismembered and deposited into McKay Bay after the fact, we believe.
According to the arrest warrant, a state lab analysis determined blood and DNA found on Brown's shoes, a kitchen cabinet, and mattress in Kessler's home matched the DNA of Overholts. Kessler's public defender argued against pretrial detention. She told the judge much of the detective's testimony was hearsay.
The FDLE testimony, how simple would that have been to hear from the FDLE analyst personally here today?
Near the end of the hearing, Assistant State Attorney Scott Harmon suggested the possibility of a second victim.
We have an unknown DNA profile in the same area where her body was dismembered. Now, we don't know for a fact whose DNA that is, but we know it's a female's and it's not his.
And the judge said she declined to consider that last statement in her decision for pretrial detention for Robert Kessler. The prosecutor also cited Kessler's lengthy criminal history as a reason why he should remain locked up. Live in Tampa, I'm Justin Shecker, 8 on your side.
You can't make it up.
Like, I'm very curious to know more about April's overdose.
Me too. Because they said it's an alleged overdose. Alleged. Second set of DNA found where Stephanie Crone-Overholts was at prosecutors
say we potentially have 2 victims during a hearing on the gruesome murder and dismemberment of Stephanie Crone-Overholts in Tampa Bay. Hear what the prosecutors said about the discovery of a second DNA profile of an unknown woman found at the crime scene, plus the latest on the case here on WFLA Now. Hey there, everybody. JB Buno here with you alongside 8 on your sides, Justin Checker. Yet again, a lot to break down here, but we're about to play the sound for you. We're going to let a few more people file in here on Facebook Live. We're live on WFLA.com, the WFLA app, YouTube Live, and Facebook Live. We're going to let a few more people her reasoning as to why that it's not included necessarily in yesterday's hearing. But here again, let's play back this now. This is the sound from yesterday inside the court hearing on the discovery of a second DNA profile of a second unknown woman found at the crime scene of the murder of Stephanie Crone-Overholts.
So I would suggest to the court that alone indicates a disregard for the safety of the community. Also, the fact that we have an unknown DNA profile in the same area where her body was dismembered. Now, we don't know for a fact whose DNA that is, but we know it's a female's and it's not his, the defendant's, and it's contained within an area of blood, and it's not the victim. I think, and I would suggest to the court that alone shows a disregard for the safety of the community, that now we potentially have 2 victims.
And this argument about potentially another victim because there's an unknown female profile, that's just, Your Honor, that should not be given any weight.
I'm not going to consider that at all.
Thank you, Judge. I won't go any further into that then.
So you heard there the judge say that they are not going to be considering that at all. At least this was a hearing on.
Brian, we don't know who the second one is. That's the mystery around this. Is there a second victim? Is this person maybe alive and there's just some DNA they found? Or is this another victim who's out there and we don't know who that person is yet.
Oh, they don't know, and I'm sure that they've already tested the DNA against. I don't know if they could. If they probably could with April, considering if April was the little girl's mom and the little girl, and I'm sure they know it's not Stephanie's. Yeah, it's at the house.
Yeah, it's not Stephanie's.
And then we know the family's trying to get custody of the child. And I think this Kessler man is oh gosh. I just found an article that I didn't see before. And what she texted her mom. Heartbreaking. Look at that.
Florida mother who was dismembered texted her mom that she needed help before grisly murder, police say.
Okay, Brian. There's a man named Robert Kessler who lives in Tampa area, Hillsborough County. Supposedly he has an 8-year-old daughter. Her mother's name was April Thompson. She supposedly died of an overdose. Then Robert, this monster right here, met Stephanie, the blonde, at a McDonald's. She was homeless. He said, "Come stay with me." So she went there, and he ended up killing her and dismembering her. That was the body found in the water. Then they said there's another DNA that's not any of them. So they're trying to figure out who that belongs to. So
Did
now
you
he
tell them
has,
how all this came out because of Brian Laundrie?
yeah, it was
That's the
because,
craziest
go
part
ahead,
to me.
you can say it. Yep.
So when they were searching for Brian Laundrie, they found a leg that they potentially thought could have been Brian. And when they found the second leg, is that correct? With the
I don't
tattoo,
know.
that's when they realized,
No,
okay,
I never heard of two legs. I heard of one leg, and the
I
leg
thought
had
they
a
said they
tattoo
found
on it.
one and then one with a tattoo. Well, either way, they found a leg with a tattoo. When they saw the tattoo, the family was able to recognize, we recognize those tattoos. So then they figured out that it's not Brian, it's actually a whole other missing woman.
Yeah, it says here that same day the local fisherman found a leg and immediately contacted police. Additional parts were located, but they don't. The victim had a tattoo on her lower leg of 3 hearts. Yeah, I've only heard of one leg being found, but it could have
I
been
might have
2.
misunderstood.
Mm. Go ahead, finish up.
Well, yeah, so when they found the leg and put out some sort of description, I guess, I don't know how they did that. I missed this whole thing in the Brian Laundrie case. Anyway, the family recognized her tattoos and they got in touch with the police and they found her. They didn't find Brian. I mean, they found Brian later, but this leg they thought was Brian's, it just worked its way into the case. That blows my mind.
That's horrible. Kaz said yes, 2 legs. The first was found November 11th. Hi, girly gamer. 2 legs were found. Okay.
Crazy, crazy.
And then we're waiting to see who the other set of the DNA belonged to. Let me look in and see if I can. Isn't it weird that that video is gone?
I feel like they kind of did the same with one of the videos we were watching on Heidi. We could
Here's her
find it and we
Facebook
could.
place. She has 2 friends on the Facebook post, this one. But she posted October 21st.
Thank you, Brian. Kaz is going to play Melissa Caddick for us. I think we may do that here pretty soon, actually.
Yeah, we're waiting on Kaz. Well, here's her Facebook. Am I showing it?
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, there's her Facebook page. So, it's just really sad. Then she's telling her mom about. Did we even see what she said to her mom?
I don't know
It's
if we read
actually
the
getting
article.
close to 12:30, guys. Turning into a gremlin. Let's see what she said to her mom. Creeper, Larry. He says him and the little girl were together when they met her at McDonald's.
I figure that's why they met at McDonald's.
November 11th, Police Department Daniel Spizzarni told Inside Edition that Crone-Overholts' mother filed a missing persons report. Spizzarni said Crone-Overholts' mother told officers that she received a text message from her daughter saying that she needed help. There had not been any response after that. That same day, a local fisherman found a woman's leg. Well, that's
Oh
that
my gosh.
same day.
What in the heck?
Wow. What?
Really didn't help. Oh my gosh. Oh, I wish he would have just called 911.
Unbelievable. The same day that she texts her mom she needs help, her leg is found floating in the water by her fisherman. We'll have to dig now, find out who the April was married to. I pray it's not Robert Kessler. Hello, my elderly cats. And see if Boots wants to come chat for a couple minutes. Hey, Kenny. You know what? Kenny's always giving us a hard time. Thank you. Kenny's always giving us a hard time. Thank you, Brian. And look at the comments that he says. Chop, 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 that. Right, Alma? The things that he says, and he gets mad at us because I don't like Jim Wayne, the ex-husband. I still don't like him. Kenny's funny.
He is.
That's because Alma's bad too, though. Well, she's not bad. She's naughty.
Did we need to drop a link for Kaz?
I don't know. Are we gonna stay? Yeah, we're gonna drop a link for Kaz. Kaz, you got your little earbuds in. I love hearing Kaz's intake on stories.
She said no.
Bad. She's bad too. I mean, you guys are like naughty, but it's like naughty in a good way. Well, not like a good way like that, but you know what I mean. Like little naughty brats. Yeah.
Oh, you don't have to talk about it yet, but before I forget, book club, okay?
Oh, yes, the book club. If you want to be a part of the book club, you need to drop your book that you want to listen to on Audible that we listen to in Discord underneath the book club book last book. Oh, gosh, I'll get the link when Kaz comes up. Did Kara drop the link?
The link for...
Because I'm drawing the book tomorrow at noon. Oh, she's smart, Jessica.
She's a digger.
A smart cookie, yep.
The mother of the little girl was 32, 34? Which one was it? 30...
April?
Yeah.
Let me look at her PDF file. So, but I just, so she texts her mom and she says that she needs help and her leg is found. I mean, is that even possible?
I mean, I would have to imagine it is. That's just very fast.
Holy cow.
I mean, if he threw her in bags and for them to just find a leg and that all to happen in one day, he did a really bad job.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like they heard like plunk plunk and bags and now they find legs and then different parts and unfortunately they can't find her. Oh my goodness. And there's a second DNA to somebody that nobody knows yet who it is. And it's obviously not Stephanie's or April's or this kid's. But I do wonder if biologically this little girl is his. I just wonder. Okay, so April.
My elderly cats, she hasn't drawn the book yet, so we're not sure what it's going to be.
I'm going to draw it tomorrow. Okay, April. But I mean, it's like December 3rd. If April passed away in 2021 of September and she was there, October. I mean, this guy worked fast. Like, I mean, what? I don't. I'm starting to think too that maybe April really didn't even die of an overdose.
Oh, no, I completely agree. It's all so back to back.
It's so close. She dies, and you meet this woman at McDonald's with your kid. You take her in, and then you dismember her and throw her into the and then supposedly in front of the kid. Can't make that up.
Hello.
Hi.
I thought I'd come and talk to you after all.
So what do you think about this story?
Well, as you know, I've known about this for quite a while, so I was surprised you didn't, because it happened.
Blah blah blah.
Sky.
Look at my elderly cat said fish food.
I know why we didn't hear about it. Because right during the time when they found Brian Laundrie, that was whenever Mara and I were like, we're tired of talking about Brian Laundrie. So we delved into the Cassidy Laundrie case and just kind of put that to the side. That's probably what happened.
That's exactly what happened. Okay, I'm going to mute down and use the little girl's room, but I'll be listening. I'm scared of Alma. You should be scared of Alma. She's got a set of skills, Kenny. She will find you. I will find you. Okay, hang on one sec. Go ahead, girl. Tell us what. So Kaz has known about this and she's been keeping it in the closet and not sharing it with us. I guess she thought Cassidy was enough of a crazy overload for us at the time.
Well, it was. It was huge, and it's still ongoing. That, but exactly what Iconic said. It happened.
Okay, last thing I'm gonna say. Oh, we're not done with the Cassidy case. Believe me when we say that. We look every single day. We're on Cassidy too.
Yeah, that's so true. Yeah, so the day this happened, it just happened to come up on WFLA as a live broadcast not long after they finished one about Brian Laundrie. And I was on YouTube and I saw it come up and I thought, oh my God, oh, this is so sad. And then at first they were saying, oh, this could be a part of Brian Laundrie's body that's got washed. So I didn't take that as being gospel because I looked at the flow of where the intake of the water comes from and it didn't seem plausible. So I've been following this and then I just happened to say, me and my big mouth, I opened my big mouth to Ma And now, of course, we've delved into this, and it's so very, very sad that her eldest son, Sean, has to find out that his mum's no longer with him, as with Craig and Kyle, by seeing the tattoo on his mum's leg and realizing she's gone in the most horrendous way possible. I mean, there's one thing to commit murder, there's another thing to commit murder and do what this Robert Kessler has been accused of doing, and especially if it has occurred in front of his daughter. That's even beyond disgusting. Beyond disgusting. So yeah, so that. There's so many sad cases out there at the moment. I sent one to Mara and Iconic today, but it is so upsetting that we won't be covering that one. It's about a 2-year-old girl that they've just recently found in Indiana. So that was super sad too. And there's too many triggering for all your mums out there. Way too triggering. Yeah, so that's how poor Stephanie came about as being found. Not nice for the fisherman that found her. The kayaker was the first one. He was in a kayak / fishing, but he was actually sitting in a kayak. So
Yes, Kaz, I can't handle the little girl that was put on top of a car and her father high as a kite, and then they find her 2.5 miles down the river. I can't. I cried for I think 40 minutes when I read that they found her. I can't do it.
no, it's super
What
sad.
I would like to do is punch her father's right in his face. I would just probably like to throat punch him, honestly, because
I don't think that's enough.
he. I mean, I don't even think I've ever met one person that does meth. To be honest with you guys, I just don't know anyone that's been on it. I can't relate. Now, when I was living in Delray Beach for a while, there was a madman running around on bath salts, and this was like a 6 months, 8 months after the MacArthur bath salt episode in Miami. So I've seen the video of that monster running on the bath salts naked. Of course, they blurred out his private parts. They blurred out his turtle. But crazy. I've never seen or been around anyone on meth. I don't know anyone that's ever used meth or anything. A nutsack. So, what? I mean, does meth make you hyper crazy? I mean, do you pass out on it?
I feel like you don't sleep a lot, but I feel like when you crash, there's a hard crash.
Yeah, because he was also smoking weed as well. So a combination of two.
Yes, elderly cats. My friend the other day said that he was outside, a good friend of mine, and he accidentally left his zipper open. I can't believe I'm going to share this, but I'm going to. And I guess he didn't have underwears covering his turtle. And he said, "Oh, it was so cold." I was like, "Hey, get back in there. I don't want to scare the wildlife." And I thought, you did not just say that. Yep, I'm a turtle. Fish food, gator food, turtles. Let's go have a look at where this scene went down while you tell the story, Kaz. Let's go have a look at this house inside with the pictures I found.
Of Robert's?
Yeah, the one that's definitely the house because it was verified on the news that it's the same exact place that I found with the 20 pictures or something. Let's see.
Yeah. So I was, as I do, I don't sleep. Everybody knows this. So he's been married twice that we know of. His first wife, he wasn't very nice to her, to say the least. There's a terrible history of what he did to her. I'll let Mark cover that. And then
Wait. The mother said, "You want me to tell what?"
Oh, do you want me to talk about what he did to his first wife, his second wife?
What second wife?
Oh, okay. Ruth.
No, we
Ruth
don't
Marie.
know. No, you can
We were
tell you
talking
can
about
tell
her.
us about Ruth.
Okay, well, Robert married Ruth in 1988 when Ruth was 36 years old, and his rap sheet is horrendous anyway, but then he got into some severe hurting of Ruth in 2014, few in 2015, and she then very smartly left. And then unfortunately, he met up with April and had a relationship with her, which formed the birth of their joint child. And I can't find anything that he physically did to April, but it wouldn't surprise me. I mean, for somebody who has got a beautiful daughter like she has, even though the sperm donor isn't very good, I'm of the opinion that she either took her own life because of the horrendous living conditions she had with Robert, or it was a forcible overdose, because her death was stated as a possible overdose. So we don't know if she did or did not do it herself. And, then with the comments that the little girl made about Stephanie's room, about it having smells coming from there, I mean, that's very bizarre to me, in the fact that if there's a strong smell coming from anybody's room, there is a contributing factor. It's either extremely unclean, your bodily hygiene isn't good, or there is some other factor in there. And Stephanie was actually a nurse in Pennsylvania. So she was a registered nurse. She didn't continue to practice as a nurse when she moved to Florida, though, which
Why does that
surprised
toilet
me.
bowl and bathtub look like it's like really low to the ground, or is it just me?
It's the actual, the way the photo's been taken, it's been stretched.
I don't know. That looks like the bathtub is like 1.5 feet deep.
I mean, the bathtub looks pretty shallow too, if you think about it.
Yeah, and look at how low and wide the toilet bowl looks.
Yeah,
Like, how
but
low can you go?
look at the size of the seat compared to the width of the pan. That's how you can tell the photo's been stretched. It's to make the bathroom look bigger.
I love Kaz. They stretched the photo to make the bathroom look bigger.
Think outside the box, Mark. That's only 2 tiles wide, and those tiles look about approximately 30 centimeters, or just over a foot in length. So that's not exactly a wide bathroom by any stretch of the imagination.
No, but that's definitely the house.
I just want to say those photos make it look so much nicer than what I saw on Facebook. The way they were living was awful.
One of the reporters actually did a live outside the house, so it actually does show you how much it's deteriorated since they moved in, because it certainly didn't look
Oh,
like
I
that in the
saw.
live.
Oh, I saw the house, but I'm saying this is definitely that house.
Oh, categorically.
Mm-hmm.
See if I can find that video in my history of the man talking in the car.
Yeah, so it's sad. I really feel for our sons. I mean, Kyle's the youngest son, and he's, I saw a graduation photo of him, and he's a really strapping young
Also,
man.
guys, before we end this live, I want to drop Mo and Boots link so they can go watch the Derek Galanis interview that they gave with him. It was a really good interview.
Yeah, it was.
Jason Galanis, his brother, was on Mowing Boots. And you guys definitely need to check out that video. I'm looking for this video of that man in the car today.
Good luck, because I couldn't find it. I really couldn't. I tried all different combinations of
combinations. Was it on YouTube or was it on a website?
No, it was actually on YouTube.
All right, hang on.
YouTube is never off at my house. I'm either on it in the study, on my phone, or my husband's on it, watching it on TV.
And then also we got to schedule. Well, we need to talk to. I want to talk to Mowing Boots about the realtor first from the penthouse too. Yeah, it's gone. They took it away, that video.
Yeah.
Rude.
And that's bizarre.
Unless this is it. Let me check right here. Let me see if this is it.
I've got a jackhammer going off in my head.
Nope, that's the news one. It's amazing how much different he looks in this picture compared to what he looked like in the one where he looks like, I don't know, he just looks kind of like a normal type of guy, but this is where he just looks like, oh. Now, if you would have shown me that picture first, I wouldn't scare it out of my mind. That is a creeper.
He's mad he got caught.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. The difference between that photo and the photos we've seen on Facebook with his daughter, it's like chalk and cheese. You would think it was the same person if you didn't know. Do you agree, Connie?
I do.
Well, the way that he babies that little girl, you have to pray to. I mean, you would have to think that it.
I'm scared about it.
If he, I mean, how old is he again?
He's
69.
Yeah,
So how old was he when she was born?
61, 60.
Is that even possible?
It's
Actually,
possible. I mean, Van
yeah.
Gogh had kids into his 90s.
Yeah,
What did he do,
men
freeze
have
something?
different life cycles for their swimmers to what females do for their eggs. They can create offspring well into their older age. It all depends on whether the bottom part of the anatomy works properly.
I'm gonna get my hands on these court documents too. And I'm going to see if I can go back now because I can put April living at his address in what year was that? Look at his face. He looks like he just looks like the Golden State Killer's brother. Wait, Kenny. Hey, Matt. Matt, my internet husband who never messages me anymore. Yeah, I'm not trying to say which I've never really had a problem like addiction to any of that pain pills, heroin, drugs, like just wasn't my thing. Even drink.
No, I've been lucky as far as with the amount of operations I've had over the years and the amount of high-level painkillers I've been given. I'm talking heavy-duty stuff. I mean, and I can just stop taking them right off the bat. I get no withdrawals whatsoever. I don't have to wean off, I just stop. Did you find what you're looking for, Mel?
Matt said you have multiple messages and one from Naomi regarding Melissa Caddick.
Melissa Caddick? Okay, so isn't this the correct address? 8114 North 14th Street, Tampa.
Yes, it is.
Yep. Okay. Well, there is where I can connect April to living at the house. So the questions I have is, you know, I want, we have to figure out if we can see who's connected into this address. It's going to take some digging.
Yeah, and the 811 North, no, it's the 811 North 11th Street, Tampa address. It's not the 14th, it's the 11th.
Yeah, but I think he at one point was at this address too.
Yeah, it was, which is a few doors up.
Yeah, we got to figure out the times and the address and see a second I mean, that DNA could have been like somebody coming over to visit, and he could have been, maybe he picked up someone at Burger King. I mean, who knows what this man did? But that was pretty quick from the time that he met her to the time they found her.
Disturbingly so. Disturbingly so.
And then it's right here too. I actually think that this 14th Street is a typo. Because I looked into that one, and it's another connection to that, but when you search it to find it, I don't think it exists. But the 811.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's a typo. Deceased at 34 years old. She was born on 4/1987. So John Burke actually might have been the one that she married. We'll have to figure that out. So, anything else for tonight, girls?
No, not from me.
Don't forget to drop your book suggestions and come in for that because it's a lot of fun.
Tomorrow in LA, if you want to go see her, I have 2 tickets. Hang on, Monk. Come here. Come here, little girl. Come here, Monk. The little princess wants to. Oh, look at her little legs are working.
Oh.
It's a miracle.
Your little legs are working. You're so spoiled.
Good night, Dawn.
And let me get that video real quick to drop it.
Good night, Dawn.
Good night, Dawn. Well, we're going to hang on a second. See if they want to come chat for a minute.
She said she has court in the morning, so.
Okay, we'll talk tomorrow then, hopefully. All right, guys. That's the video if you want to get involved in the book club. That video says it all. It's an Audible book, Kenny. Iconic. You want Iconic to read the books? He has a crush on you, girl. All right, everyone. Have a great night. Thank you for coming in. Thank you, ladies, like always.
Thank you, Mara and Iconic again. I wasn't expecting to come up, but thank you once again.
No, we love you. Thank you, my wonderful mods. Everyone stay vigilant and keep your babies safe.
Good night, guys.
Good night, guys. Let's go dig, girls. I'm only kidding. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.